I'm Doc Marshall for Lessons.io. Today we're going to look at a nice old folk song that everybody's heard, of course, 500 Miles. To play this one, it's very simple, and we're all going to use 5 chords to do it. First chord is a G chord. Next is an E minor chord. Next an A minor chord. Then a C chord. And then a D7 chord. That's all there is to it. Now here's something very neat. When you go from the G chord to the E minor chord, which is right here, you only have to move one finger, just this one finger. Notice that this finger right here is part of the G chord. And then when you take those fingers away, that finger stays right where it is. To make the E minor chord, we're going to take this second finger, we're going to put it right here in the same fret on the next string up. And that's your E minor. So we go from the G to the E minor chord. Very easy. Sometimes it's hard when you take your hand off the guitar and then grab another chord. It's easy to miss a string or to end up in the wrong place. So that's why this is an interesting thing. We go from G, leave that finger, this finger here, right in place, go right to the E minor chord. Makes it very easy. The next chord is going to be an A minor chord, and that's right here. Everybody knows this one, of course. Then we're going to a C chord, and the C chord is really neat because you're going to take this one finger and we're going to move it right up here. Leave the other two fingers where they are, and we've got our next chord. So we went from the A minor to the C chord. We only move one finger because these two guys stay where they are. We went from here to here. A minor to C. The last chord in this song is a D7 chord, and that's down here. But here's another interesting thing. This one finger here that we had for our A minor chord, and we also had it for the C chord, we also have for the D7 chord. So for those 3 chords, we're going to leave this one finger right in place on that one note right there. So we're going to play the A minor chord, C chord, and then D7 chord, all in the same place. That one finger there stays put, gives us a reference point. So once again, we go from the G to the E minor. When we change to the A minor, we leave that one finger right in place, play the C chord, and then, at the right time, we play the D7 chord, and then we're back to our G, of course. Okay? Now the sequence of the chords is a little bit different than what we just did. We'll sing a little bit of the song and watch the progression of the chords. If you miss the train I'm on E minor, you will know it's A minor that I am gone C. You can hear A minor, the whistle blow, back to the C, 100 miles. Then we're back to the original chord, which is the G chord. Okay? Once again. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow, 100 miles. Okay, that's the basic progression of the chords. The second part of the song is very similar to that, and we'll get to that in a second. But the picking on this song is very important because we want it to sound like a folk song, and we want the song to have that nice emotional feeling. You wouldn't want to strum this song, you know. This would be strumming. And you can certainly do the song this way, but it sounds much better if you pick the individual notes like this. Notice that I'm hitting the low note first, going through the other strings, and then emphasizing the top note, that one. So low note and the top note. Going here, going through the strings, emphasize that top note, and go back down. Probably 2 notes is enough. And that will be the sequence for all of the chords. So as we go through the chords, it'll sound something like this. E minor, A minor, C, and the D7. Now remember that when you play the G chord, the bass note is on the bottom string. When you play the E minor chord, it's the same string again. When you play the A minor chord, bring the pick to the 5th string, because that's an A, and we're playing an A minor chord. So it's... Next is the C chord, so you're going to hit the same 5th string again. Okay, when it comes to the D7 chord, when you get there, you're going to bring the pick to the 4th string. Okay, so as you go through the chords, you start on the bass note here, next bass note here, next bass note here. The top string is always played because that gives you that nice ring at the top. Okay, so once again we'll go through the chords. Okay, and that gives us that nice haunting emotional feeling to the song that we know that all the groups play the song, play it like that. There's no other beat necessary, and if you want to put a bass in here, you know, a bass fiddle or a bass guitar or something like that, it's very, very nice. Okay? So, once again, this is the sequence of the chords, and this is what the song sounds like. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Now, of course, there's more verses to the song than that, but that will get you through it. In another lesson, we'll sing the whole song for you. But for now, we want to get the chords in the right order, as we have shown you, and the picking, which is very important. Remember that picking. Practice that, and we'll do some more next time. Thanks for watching.